What's up, team? This is ESC Jovian with ESC Songers doing a cast from the Masters Tournament on StickyFlames.
And this is Shakuras Platuea, so we have the Red Zerg Bioice. Yeah.
Bioice?
Oh, you're right. Damn it.
Bioice sounds pretty cool, though. We'll say that in a pinch.
But he's spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Shakuras Platuea, and we have our Protoss player.
VIP, also known as Very Important Protoss, as we have dubbed him, in the bottom right-hand corner. And Nick, you love Shakuras Platuea. Why do you love this map?
Shakuras is so good for PvZ. It's just so easy to get that natural up with that wall off, and then it's very nice to get this expansion over here with another wall off choke over here. I don't know. It just seems easy to get my third. It's a map I can split in the middle, very macro orientated. So that's why I like it. I like macro play.
Yeah, and because they're not spawning cross spawns, this provides a little more favorable positioning for the Protoss because you won't have those big wide open areas in the middle to really fight across. The nearest pathing junctions will be farther south, and you'll be in more chokes, which is a little more favorable for VIP if this goes into a longer macro game.
And also warp prisms are amazing on this map. Look at this short air travel distance, just right across the Zerg base, and bam! 5 zealots in your base, killing your hatchery.
Yeah. I'm not even sure. He might even decide to go some Blink Stalker play, which is pretty popular on this map as well, with so many access points into that main.
For Zerg, though, it's also a good map because no matter how you spawn on this map, Protoss has only one path to push through the middle. You're not going to be able to... You're going to be able to know, especially when they push out in this middle map area, especially with this little grass thing over here. It's pretty good for the Broodlords. You can't see them if they're on the other side.
Yes, that's true. So we do see a Nexus first coming out of VIP. The pool is almost finished for our red Zerg Bioice boys. And now we see the Forge coming down for VIP.
So standard play here for both players, just getting that early expansions up, both going for a more economic, longer-term game. Overlord is getting some favorable positioning here, just to see if that Nexus is going down, making sure the Protoss not doing anything cheeky.
And does get the pylon down first, I guess because he's a little supply block, then he needs that pylon. But will want to put a wall off, and there he goes. He gets the gateway down. Does have the wall off going, and we'll have to wait a little bit for a Cybercore.
I think he put that pylon down just because, you can just chrono a couple more probes up. You don't have to stop making probes waiting for, the warp gate or whatnot. And just, I don't think he's very afraid of any early pressure, so maybe that's just why. Link's now going to be chasing that probe. They want that minerals back. You're not stealing it from our Zerg base. But the probe's going to be able to get away with all that speed.
To go back even. Maybe, I'm not sure what he's doing here. Just trying to play Ring Around the Rosie, trying to keep those Zerglings attached to him for a little bit longer. Maybe he wants to wait for that cannon to finally finish.
And the grass, man. That hidden ninja shadow grass.
Just like in LoL, decides to evade his enemies by going into the taller grass.
He makes it safely back home. Now the gateway is done. Cybercore should be dropping pretty soon for our Protoss player, and we see our Zerg player has grabbed his third base.
Yeah, very popular to go as many expansions as you can. Relatively safe to do so for that Zerg player with so many beautiful places to build up your base.
Protoss can't put any pressure on you because he did go that Forge first. Gateway and Cybercore are delayed, but it's coming out. Probably going to be blocking, but most likely going to be scouting on the map. And now this probe is going to be moving through the middle, but with 2 watchtowers taken by the Zerg player, there's no way the process bomb is going to be put down.
Well, VIP, I think he's just trying to look for that third, trying to see the time, and wants to know if there's going to be some 2-base all-in play, or if Bioice is going into some more macro play. And indeed, he did see that third. So now VIP feels a little more comfortable going into his build because now he's got the scout that he needed.
+1 weapon starting for the Protoss player, so we're probably going to be seeing some warp gate attack.
Yeah, maybe a little time
or whatnot. But Robo facility, so this seems very similar, or this basically might mean a Mortal Sentry timing push again.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Nick. This might be nitpicking, but I don't like the placement on that Cybercore. I don't like putting my buildings right up along that edge there. It so easily gets sniped. Just a few roaches come down. There's no cannon to defend it. But, I mean, VIP is probably way better than I am, so who am I to complain?
Oh, yep. Not going to talk about that. He is better. because he's a boss. But the Overlords are in very good positions here, able to scout out that the double gas has been taken at the Protoss base. He knows that this could be some kind of tech, or he is going to be going for that Moral Sentry, which is so popular these days on the ladder for PvZ. It's just so strong and hard to deal with for the Zerg.
Yeah. That timing is very difficult for the Zerg to play with, especially if he's gone 3 bases. Usually just can't get the force he needs to deal with it, and if he does go Roach heavy, those Immortals just do such massive damage to those armored units.
If you don't go Roach heavy, you know, like, your Lings don't do as much against those Zealots that they go up in. The thing is with Protoss is, once you get those warp gates up, I'll see what's on the battleground, then you warp in what suits you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just tough for the Zerg. Lair is going up now. The Roach Warren is very nicely timed, so he will have Roaches if he needs them, but we can see the Protoss +1 weapons is getting up. First Immortal coming out, second one should be joining soon, and now the Overlord Scout comes in, but a Stalker is ready to snipe that Overlord.
Yeah, we'll stop that Scout on that Robotics, but he will come in from the other side and probably will scout it. And may not get an idea, and decides to warp in some gates behind the dead Overlord just to make sure he hides a little bit of what he's doing.
And this Overlord will definitely see, he will be seeing this robotics facility. He knows he's chronoing on something, and the Immortal is actually, almost moved out of range. That could have been an Observer, could have been anything, but the Zerg saw the Immortal, so he has a good idea of what is happening.
Definitely trying to hide that, though.
Yep. Moving those Overlords back, doesn't want to get that sniped by any Stalkers pushing through the map. But it looks like Bioice is doing a good job here, you know? He's stopped making drones, he's making attacking units now. +1 weapons, metabolic boost, angular reconstruction, all getting researched, and they should be done before the 10-minute, 30-second push of the Protoss.
And this is what makes this push so strong. The Protoss player will have a force ready to attack the Zerg base before he can get anything that would be preferable. For example, if the Zerg was going air, he would want to attack with lots of mutas, but this force usually hits just before that timing window, whereas mutas could come out really fast at 9 or typically around the 10.
Here comes the War Prism, couple more sentries going in. This is a 6-gate attack. 7-gate attack.
7-gate attack. Those odd numbers, so difficult to count. But the asymmetry does tip you off. Now, we do see the Protoss force coming in, putting up some pylons as backup, even though he should have a Warp Prism coming up. Yep. There it is. So just some redundancy in his backup, which never hurts, especially with all the minerals that our VIP has.
Look at this great time for the Protoss player. Right when he's attacking, +1 armor is finished. These are 1-1 Protoss units versus 0-0 melee units, but 1-0 ranged units. So now the warp ends are starting. This is a good position, good choke here. They cover with force field, and here comes the Zerg attack.
Oh, coming from all angles, coming on all sides, and good surround. The force fields aren't that strong. A lot of roach cylinder. Every roach still attacking. Those Zerglings doing lots of damage on those Stalkers. This looks very bad for VIP.
Good Warpers and Micro here trying to pick up those more, but just misses one, and the roaches are getting surrounded. 12, 18 more Lings. Sentries going down.
How did he survive that? It looked like he had everything going against him with those whiffs on those force fields, but somehow he destroyed that force.
Now he's just going to be pushing into the Zerg's natural, using a Warpers to pick up the sentry so they don't get sniped. Force field going on the main ramp. Drones being pulled, trying to surround this Protoss army. But then oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Julius Choi wants to play 3v3s, but right now this is too exciting. Protoss is warping in on the high ground, that low ground pylon, but his army is surprisingly taken out.
Yeah, he did lose a lot of army to this push. He's going to unfortunately lose those 2 sentries. I think he wanted to build those just to put a force field on the ramp to prevent the forces coming in, but just didn't get them up in time. And what a weird angle for that acid shot. I've never seen it quite fall off like that.
Off the side.
That is pretty interesting if you ask me. But still, we see VIP being very active on the map. Oh, excellent micro with that Warp Prism, picking up those units just before they get killed. And with no anti-air by Bioice, can't really stop that map control.
But, you know, the supply difference tells the whole story here. Zerg is up by about 40 supply, grabbing a fourth base, and Protoss hasn't really been able to tech off of this. He's floating about a lot of minerals because he wasn't able to warp in at that reinforcing pylon. And now Zerg's just going to come and batter down on Protoss's front, and there's nothing Protoss can do. There's no way to grab a third base. There's no tech coming out. This is looking very grim.
Doesn't even have anything to really effectively hold us at the front. Didn't get extra cannons, no sentries to force field those roaches, and the Immortal is slow, but it's on its way. If those roaches attack now, I feel like he could do some heavy damage. I think his, and here come 4 sentries right now, just as I say it. So that timing might just close up. Oh, did those sentries get warped in somewhere else?
Oh my gosh! We did not see this. Back at the main base of Zerg, it seems that VIP is elevated in.
Beautiful.
And now he's force fielding the ramp, preventing that Zerg reinforcement from coming in.
And in the meantime, and we have a counter right at the front gate. The Roaches are trying to bust down the front door. They're doing a great job taking out those pylons. Those 5 Stalkers and 1 Immortal are doing everything they can to hold the line. We see some warp-ins from VIP. Meanwhile, back in the Zerg base, we see that, 1 macro hatch dies. VIP is even supply blocked right now, picking up units just to save them. Did a lot of damage in the base and was able to stop the attack in the front, so not sure who got the better of that one, but definitely VIP was able to close the gap that he had once.
Definitely. We're looking at the units lost now pretty much even out. Supply also came a little more closer. However, the problem is, Burns is just starting his 3rd base while the Zerg is getting his 4th, and this Ling sees everything, and now Bioice, his army is moving across the map. He's going to deny that 3rd.
Yeah, and he tipped off his allies. All those Zerglings and Roaches are coming in for the kill. VIP notices the attack, but what can he do? Really, he just doesn't have force. Oh, he might be able to pick off these Roaches who are separated from the Lings. This would be a great time to just move forward and pick off all those Roaches, but fortunately he can't see everything that we see, so the reinforcements come, and now the armies look a little imbalanced in Bioice's favor.
This is... I'm not sure what might be doing, but look at what? Look at
what? The 3rd.
He is getting a little sneaky 3rd here. This is interesting because Bioice can't really see this right now because he's poised to attack the front of the Pro base, and now the Roaches and Lings are going in. Oh my gosh, very, very nice round. Not a single force field being dropped. It's almost like VIP wasn't watching his army there. And now these Roaches are going to steamroll in. Now they're in a little choke. These Immortals are doing a lot of damage on these Roaches here. More Stalkers being warped in. I was just pushing through this
I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Against all odds, that Roach army should have just been able to decimate one of those buildings in the way and just walk right in. But some poor movement by Bioice, and now he sees the 3rd and denies yet another base. So we're going to see, he did get to cancel, VP did get to cancel, but Bioice is going to be working on 4 bases, even if he's not mining full saturation on all of them. He's in a really good position here to take a stranglehold on this game.
Interestingly enough, VIP still has more workers. So it looks like because of that early attack from the Immortal Sentries, Bioice never had the time to remake his workers, only now getting up to 53 workers.
Oh goodness, he might have, his D key might have fallen off of his keyboard when he was trying to put in his custom caps like you, Songers.
Custom caps are amazing, and if you guys haven't ordered them, go to Team Liquid and get those custom caps.
They're so important, so very important. So we see a 3rd attempt on a 3rd, no pun intended, coming up. Zergling sees it again. Roach and Zergling army going to go there to deny it. But this time, VIP is paying a little more attention and does cut off the reinforcements, does cut off the army, goes right in to get those Lings off of that 3rd base. He desperately needs to get another base up and running before his main loses all of the minerals.
And as you say that, his main is basically almost mined out. Probes are already transferring, probably going to be doing some long-distance mining just for a little while this main army of Stalker, Sentry, and Immortals is pushing through the middle of the map.
Oh, and VIP is going to come up towards the 4th. Really not much army for Bioice to deal with this right now. Out of position as well. Maybe not going to get in time. Those Immortals are going to do such heavy damage. And that War Prism's still being so annoying. And now we see Bioice's supply blocked heavily, and that hatch does go down. Even more reinforcements coming in. It looks like Bioice is going to go for a counter up at the 3rd, just going to maybe try for a base race with this small army. We do see some cannons going down a little late. Those Zealots will not be able to hold all of those Roaches, and those Roaches should be able to steamroll this base unless VIP coming back with his whole army.
And they're going to be trying to get these Roaches, but we're just saying, screw that, we're just going to take the Nexus and sacrifice our lives for the Swarm. And the Nexus is going to go down. These Roaches are going to run up just to buy even more time for a Zerg player. However, this game is it's a little closer than I thought it would be. It's turned around.
Yeah, there's a lot of trading back and forth, but I feel like the Zerg did have a heavy advantage at the start. The size of this reinforcement. Bioice going heavy. Ling Roach does not want any transit. Oh, it's getting Infestors. 13 Infestors in the back.
That's a lot of gas.
Yeah, just waiting to get those up. Hoping to get some good fungals on that Zerg ball, or on that Protoss ball.
Now, the problem is if that VIP doesn't know about this right now. He doesn't know about the Infestors. Looking at his vision, Oh, wow, look at that. He's still able to harass this Warper. This Warper has been worth its weight in gold, although getting fungled now, I don't think it's going to be making an escape, unless,
I feel that
just
VIP
lets
has
it
been
go.
doing like 1,000 of these drops, and we've just been too noob to notice. Because how else is he clawing back into this game so heavily?
This is
And look,
true.
here he goes again. He's just like,
He's
no.
killed 41 workers. I guess we have missed everything.
I can't believe there's been so much happening in this game, guys. It's a truly epic battle between Bioice and VIP. And now VIP going in for Owen. Bioice's army is right here. He's in a great position to kill all these infestors. We can just sneak by. Beautiful forest fields.
Oh my gosh.
Infested Terrans coming down out in the front to attack this. There's going to be a lot of DPS on the Zerg's favor.
Protoss has to retreat. Meanwhile, in the main base, all the workers seem to have died now. 48 workers being killed by our Protoss player here, and that is how he's been clawing his way back. Now, if you look at the unit counter station, Protoss is once again ahead in probes.
And then just remembering back to when we were like, oh yeah, he's ahead in probes. Oh, and then we have another small confrontation. Those Zerglings do not want to engage. And we weren't sure why Bioice was so behind in drones. It's just because we had no idea how great VIP was with those that War Prism harass.
Observer spotting everything. He knows the tech path of choice. Right now, going into that Dark Shrine, he knows his harass has been successful all this time, so might as well make it even better. Why not drop those DTs? He does have his third base up and running, which is great for our Protoss player here, although really he's only on a 2-base economy with this main mind up.
Yeah, interesting, and he's going completely Colossus-less. Decided not to get any Colossuses. I don't know why that's hilarious, but I guess it could be if you're Nick Songs. And what I think this DT play is actually a nice transition because he might even force Bioice to get some buildings and some army that he didn't want to get otherwise, whereas the Colossus would force out the Corruptors, which then could turn into Broodlords, which could be devastating against VIP.
And just as you talk about Broodlords, the Spire is going up, almost halfway done. And now it's just the game's turned into a little bit of a standoff between each player, not wanting to lose their advantage or push their own disadvantage.
No, and I think VIP just really wants to get that third up and running. He knows he can't afford to lose a fourth Nexus this game. So he's playing a little more conservative, wanted to make sure he get that base up and running.
Here come the DTs. Oh, but good fungal by Bioice here. Not gonna let those DTs go. Double fungal going down. DTs are gonna be taken out, and now the tech path of choice of VIP has been spotted. Although this DT has wasted a lot of fungals.
Yeah, he did draw out a lot of that energy, but there is about 1,000 infestors there, so it really doesn't matter how much energy he uses. And if VIP does stay back on his heels for too long, not only will those infestors gain their energy back, but those Broodlords, if that Spire tech does progress, they might come out and cause some major,
and as you
major trouble.
As you're talking about it, just as you're saying, the Greater Spire is now morphing in. High Templars are now being made from that Templar archive, which is being researched, and this is going to be very good against those festers. Will we see some good feedbacks? I don't know, but that's the way to deal with them.
He will need a lot of High Templar to deal with that number of infestors, and now we see him just comfortable enough, now that he's getting his fourth, to start pushing out. With this contingent of his army. We do see heavy upgrades coming up for the Zerg player, but they will not be up in time for this push. 4 Corruptors.
Oh, wow. Getting the Observers.
Both of them? Oh, dirty. And those Observers will go down, but VIP has seen everything he needs to see. He knows what he's up against, and it looks like he's gearing up for a little bit of a push.
Corruptors now being made. That Greater Spire is almost complete. I don't know if, a lot of High Templars here, and he's going for a little bit of a push, trying to clear out the watchtowers. Another War Prism on the way from the robotics facility, and so that War Prism is just going to be rallied right there into the front. We'll see if he does do any kind of drop while he's trying to fight this initial army, but here comes the High Templars in position.
No storms on those High Templars, though, right?
Nope, they're going to be used purely for feedback on
try
these
to
infestors.
snipe those infestors real quick. And here come the Broodlords. I was worried that those Corruptors would have been absolutely useless in this battle. Oh, this Zergling runs right by those High Templars. Will they get sniped by this Zerg army? No, he decides not to go kill those High Templars. Probably doesn't know that there isn't storm on them, but still, not even sending one Zergling just to test the waters. We do see the heavy upgrades for the Zerg. The more time he has, the more those upgrades are coming. Finally, storm being researched. Broodlords are up. This Zerg army is starting to look very scary indeed.
One lane coming out to the water. He sees the Protoss army there. Protoss is getting ready to just split his army just a little bit. And Julie, shut up. I am casting right now. This is not the right time. Oh my gosh, even more people messaging me. I'm sorry, I need to put myself on busy. I am so busy right now.
It's so popular.
And
All the young kids want to play with Songers.
you are a terrible person. More present now. The High Templars are up here. I don't know why they're up here because
Oh, a nice lift off.
I feel like he was trying to get a storm drop off or maybe some snipes on the infestors. But his one person comes from the back and the High Templars going to be dropped. Will they be able to beat back any infestors? No one. The one corruptor trying to shoot this down, but as the High Templars are dropped, one feedback going down. That was not very worth it.
No, I think he was trying some serious special tactics back there. I've never quite seen a Horde Prism following a giant army just to get those tailing infestors. But here we see both armies gearing up for a huge confrontation.
Oh, this army's scary for the Zerg. This is the money mixture. There's so many High Templars here. Still don't have Storm, but so many feedbacks going on, but they get surrounded by all those Zerglings. Oh no.
And they're all gone, not even able to turn into Archons. And we do see that Blink Tech bringing those suckers away from the battle. Those Broodlords are raining little Broodlings on that army. All those Immortals are going to get cleared up. Still so many Infestors in that composition. And only a small handful of Stalkers left being
oh my gosh,
DT's being fungled even just to prevent that invisible damage coming in. And I'm not sure VIP can do anything. The supply is completely lopsided, more than 100 difference. And I think we're just going to see Bioice push in with this Broodlord.
Yep, nothing's even being produced, and there goes very important Protoss.
And we do see Bioice take game number 1 against VIP. Stay tuned for game number 2.